For this reason, you shouldn't use your cell phone. Melania Silvana spent her time criticizing along with her friend. The two of them loved gossip and other people's misfortune. One day, Melania Silvana messaged her joking about her boss. Instead of sending it to her, her friend sent it to him. She tried to delete it right away but accidentally deleted it only for herself. Desperate, Melania Silvana ran to the company trying to stop him from reading the message. She took a bus, but since it was slow, she got off and took a taxi. Melania Silvana arrived at the company and fortunately her boss was charging his phone and hadn't read the message yet. He asked why Melania Silvana was there on her day off and she began making up a story. While she was talking, her boss went to get his phone. She was very nervous. The first thing that came to Melania Silvana's mind was to push him. But she did it so forcefully that he fell onto the standing fan that was turned on, causing him a cut. Perfect, was it like that? How Melania Silvana kept her job and kept this dark secret forever. For this reason, you shouldn't wear makeup. Antonella's self-esteem was devastated. Her boyfriend had left her at the altar just before getting married. With her heart shattered, Antonella's self-esteem cried for 6 weeks straight. Until one day she got up and decided that she would no longer cry for that useless and wicked man who never valued her. Until one day she got up and decided she would no longer cry over that worthless and wicked man who never valued her. She wore her best dress and her friend did her makeup, not noticing she used too much foundation. And Antonella's self-esteem looked a bit pale. She walked to the party. They decided to take a shortcut, which was through the city cemetery. Unexpectedly, Antonella's self-esteem's ex-boyfriend was passing through the same place and saw her. She was wearing so much makeup that he got scared because he thought she was a ghost. And the coward ran away, falling right into a grave that had just been dug. Antonella's self-esteem rushed to help, but after exchanging a look with her best friend, they decided instead to throw dirt on him and bury him alive. That's how both of them laughed and kept the secret forever. For this reason, you shouldn't use electric coffee makers. Marcela Hasmincela spent all day swiping right on dating apps, but eventually got tired of men and decided to get rid of her phone. She called customer service, but they took a long time to answer. When she finally got through, they transferred her between departments and kept her on hold for hours. Marcela Hasmincela tried to be patient, but it was getting harder and harder for her. She spent days trying, and when they were finally about to disconnect her phone line, the call got cut off. Very angry, Marcela Hasmincela called again because he wouldn't give up. This time he warned them that if they didn't obey, he would find and teach them a lesson. The operator started laughing and making fun of him. Without knowing that Marcela Hasmincela had already found out where to find them, she went into the office and started yelling at them, demanding that they cancel her line right away. Everyone looked at him and laughed. Marcela Hasmincela got so angry that he kicked the office coffee maker and it started sparking, setting the whole place on fire. Terrified, she ran out, but as she left, Marcela Hasmincela locked the door, leaving them all hopelessly trapped in the middle of the raging fire, condemned to remain inside forever. This is why you should never get a tarot reading. Micaela Armonia had a boyfriend with strange behaviors that made her very suspicious and filled her with doubts, so she decided to go to a witch to have her cards read. When she arrived at the place, she had to wait because the witch was answering live questions, and after a while, when her turn came, Micaela Armonia asked if it was worth staying with her boyfriend. The witch laid out the cards and very confidently, she told her no, that he was an evil man and that she had to stay away from him because he was cheating on her. Very sad, Micaela Armonia paid the $2,500 the consultation cost and went home crying. She considered asking the witch to cast a spell making her boyfriend think only of her and stop cheating. She arrived to find the door open and went straight in. What Micaela Armonia saw at that moment left her shocked. Her boyfriend was there with the witch, and it was with her that he was cheating on her. Furious, Micaela Armonia took the witch's spellbook and broke the cage where she kept several pet crows. The birds started to fly and attack her boyfriend and the witch. That was how Micaela Armonia got her $2,500 back, and the witch and her boyfriend were pecked and chased by a bunch of crows. Forever. For this reason, you shouldn't go trick-or-treating on Halloween. Marcelo Tachiano loved Halloween night. He had gone out trick-or-treating, and when he came back, he ate everything without sharing anything with his poor little siblings who were very hungry. The following year, he went out trick-or-treating again until a very strange man approached him and said, "Take all the candy you want." Marcelo Tatiano accepted them without asking any questions and went home to show off and eat everything without sharing. Suddenly, Marcelo Tatiano started to feel a strong stomachache. What he didn't know was that those candies he had been given were not candies. It was his brother's poop, which they themselves had wrapped in colored paper. That's how Marcelo Tatiano ended up in the hospital, and the whole town found out that he had eaten his brother's poop. And they laughed at him forever. For this reason, you shouldn't go on vacation with your friends. Adriana Galenta was very absent-minded, often forgetting simple things like heating water for coffee or leaving for work. One day, her friends invited her to go on vacation to Brazil, but they told her it was very important. Also split and pay all expenses up front to avoid problems when traveling. Adriana Galenta told them yes, and her friends believed her, but obviously she forgot. They arrived at the beach. No one dared tell her she had to pay what she owed, and Adriana Galenta kept enjoying her vacation without any guilt. 2 weeks went by and everything was still the same. So they met without her to talk about what was happening and decided to confront her. They went to her hotel room, but she wasn't there. Suddenly, one of them realized that Adriana Galenta had forgotten her cell phone. They decided to check it and discovered that Adriana Galenta was no fool. She spent all her money on parties and drugs. That's how her friends decided to leave her abandoned in Brazil, buried in the sand forever. For this reason, you shouldn't order cheap food online. Sophia Serenity had just moved in with her boyfriend, but his sister was also living with them. She was extremely unbearable, leaving everything messy and making noise when she ate. One day, Sophia Serenity had prepared a special dinner for her and her boyfriend, taking advantage of the fact that his sister wasn't there. Just as they sat down, she arrived, interrupting and ruining it all. Instead of saying it was a couple's dinner, her sister just invited her to join them. With not enough food, Sofia Serenidad ordered the cheapest pizza delivery she could find. When the pizza arrived, Sofia Serenidad left it on the table to get plates and napkins. When she returned, they were already eating with their hands. Sofia Serenidad, furious, began yelling at them. But when they tried to answer, something strange happened. The cheese on the pizza was so sticky that they couldn't move their mouths. That's how Sofia Serenidad sat down to enjoy the silence, and her boyfriend and her sister-in-law lived with their mouths stuck together forever.